there, I'm Jermira, a wife, mom, life and biz coach obsessed with helping you create an intentional life filled with grace, passion, and purpose. Right here is where we ditch the idea of balance and embrace practical tips, insightful stories, and effective resources designed to support you through every season of your unique journey. Together, let's unlock the secrets to designing a joy-filled life you'll love. Welcome to Living Well-Rounded, the podcast. And oh man, I already know that our chat today is going to ruffle a few feathers, but guess what? I am ready for it. I can already feel the vibes that some folks are going to be bothered by what I feel like I just need to get off my chest. You know what? Let's just buckle up. Let's just get into it, shall we? Let's do it. So, friend, I want to chat with you today about the concept of giving out grace coupons. So, a few notes before we get into this show, because it's important to know what the hell grace coupons are. So, my bestie, Tyron, hey, Tyron, he is based in Memphis, and he is the one who just introduced me to the term grace coupons. He introduced that term into my life years ago. And in one of our weekly phone conversations, way back when, we were discussing a situation where he mentioned that he was just straight up tired of handing out grace coupons. And I said, excuse me, what the hell are grace coupons, Joseph? Which is what I call him. He said, I am guilty of giving out grace coupons, even at times when folks don't necessarily deserve grace. And I stopped and I thought about that. And I said, you know what, friend? You are a person that, people just love because you are a kind person. You are generous. You do put people above yourself. You love hard. You want everyone around you to win. You just want peace. You don't want to rock the boat. To me, he is the epitome of the Beyonce line, drinking my water, minding my business. So when Ty tells you that he is all out of grace coupons, that means that he is just straight up tired. He's at his wit's end and he is ready to move on. And guess what? I am right with him. I know what grace coupons are and I use that in my life. And we are going to get into it today. And I'm going to explain to you what that means. And I'm going to ask you to take inventory of your collection of grace coupons. Okay? Now, just like many other words, there are many definitions for the word grace. So it is important that I point out that the term is used to describe, the word grace is defined and described as polite, respectful, or considerate in manner. So I want you to think about this. When you are all out of grace coupons, that basically means that you are done being polite, you are tired of keeping it cute, and you are over getting the short end of the stick. And that is what I want to talk to you about today, friend. I want you to think about the people that are in your life. Everybody, your kids, your husband, your partner, your colleagues, your employees, everybody that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. And I now want you to ask, is there someone that you know deep down has acquired way too many grace coupons on your behalf and at your expense? Is there someone that you continue to just say, you know what, I'm just going to let this slide again and again and again? Is there a friend, a sibling, a colleague, etc., who is a repeat offender, but yet you continue to extend grace? Well, guess what? Of course there is, because we all do it all the time. But the thing is, we are all guilty of not speaking up for ourselves and being an advocate for our personal being, our personal wellness, and mental health at times. We have all found ourselves in situations where we know it is going to be excuse after excuse after excuse if we confront someone or if we express our feelings and all of that. We already know that there are people who they're going to make excuses. There are some people, and this may be very hard to hear, there are some people that will never do right by you. No matter how many grace coupons you give them, no matter how many times somebody got to curse them out, bring it to their attention, they will not do better. That's just the way it is. They will continue to take you for granted. They will continue to do you dirty. And being the person that you are, they will do you dirty and they will pop up and they will expect for you to continue to give them grace. They're going to have their hand out and they're going to want that imaginary grace coupon, and they're just going to expect you to bow down and just take it the way you have been all of these years. But friend, that ends today. It is ending today. Because here's the thing. My mother used to tell me and my siblings that people will do what you allow them to do. She also taught me that it is up to us to educate people on how we expect to be treated. Okay, I'm going to say that again. 2 things. People will do what you allow them to do. Think about that. The second thing is, it is up to you to educate, to train, to articulate, to communicate with people on how you expect to be treated. And as I have gone through life, and when I think about my mom's life lessons, I couldn't agree with her more. As I've grown into a woman, a wife, a mom, a business owner, a friend, and all the things, I have learned through the years that giving someone a second chance and offering forgiveness is what is expected. Especially if you're a believer like myself, we are supposed to forgive and, give people second chances. However, we have to really ask the question, when are we going to learn the bigger lesson that maybe, just maybe, that person is not for us? Okay? Maybe that person was put into your life for a season or a distinctive reason. Perhaps that person who keeps cashing in those grace coupons is due a lesson on how to treat people and how to show up as a proper friend, lover, colleague, and so forth. At some point, it is our responsibility to put a stop to the behavior that makes us uncomfortable. It is our responsibility to say, this ain't working for me. I deserve better. I know better. I know that this person is not going to change. I know that this person is going to keep up this raggedy behavior. I know that this person does not love me, does not want the best for me, and is going to keep putting themselves first. There is someone listening to this episode right now who continues to forgive that repeat offender on a monthly, weekly, maybe even daily basis. There is someone listening right now who has a friend who continues to be flaky, gossipy, miserable, but yet they continue to make space for this person. This, in turn, allows for that negative energy to creep into our spaces, which is not cool because we don't deserve that. I want you to take a mental note of that friend that I just mentioned, of that person who has cashed in on the grace coupons over and over and over again. Who is letting it be known to you in this season that their behavior is not going to change? Like, I know someone, I feel it in my spirit that someone is listening to this either in their car, in their kitchen, somewhere, and that just stung because you have been avoiding this. You have been acting like, no, they're going to change. They're going to do better. They're just going through a hard season, and that's why they're taking it out on me and lashing out on me or just not being nice to me. Someone knows deep down in their gut that there is someone that they have given way too many grace coupons to, okay? And listen, we have to let it be known that this behavior is not good. It is not okay. That this behavior needs to change. So which one of us is going to let it be known that the behavior needs to change before you say, you know what, I am done. I am done with this toxic relationship. And listen, it may be okay for some people to deal with this person and deal with the toxicity, but it is not okay for you because I know you want better. I know you deserve better. And I know you just ain't got the time for it. So why do we keep making space for the things that don't put a smile on our face, the things that don't bring us joy? Why do we continue to make a seat at the table for that person that is just doing us dirty? Really think about that. We have to stop handing out these grace coupons, and instead we have to speak up for ourselves and put a stop to the things that have been bothering us for some time now. And as I said, there may be a boss, there may be someone at work that is, let's talk about boundaries. Let's back that up. Because one of the things I always talk about is boundaries. And I know it is very tricky and very challenging when you do work for someone else to set boundaries. But again, if you want to live that well-rounded life, that's one thing that we have to learn and to exercise. So back to what I was saying about a boss. So you have a boss and your boss is saying, hey, I want you to work on this project. I know that it's your off day, your sick day, your vacation day. You're not feeling good. But listen, I want you to come take this thing, take it off my plate. And I want you to actually continue to keep showing up for me, even though I really don't appreciate you at the end of the day. And the reality of it is, every time you say yes, you're saying no to the other things that really matter. Like you saying yes to your boss to work on something that you know you can deal with later is basically you also saying no to the partner that needs your attention right now, that is craving to be around you. So you continue to make excuses for the fact that your boss disrespects your boundaries and you keep handing out these damn grace coupons. And so what we need to realize is, hey, we need to have these conversations. This is not working for me right now. Or do you mind if I schedule to complete this project on XYZ because I already have a commitment? I promise it'll get done. But right now, it's not considered urgent. Or right now, I just don't have the bandwidth. We have to learn to communicate and ask for the things that we want that serve us. There is a so-called friend in your friend circle who continues to talk about you behind your back and you give them these grace coupons. There is someone that is toxic in the Cancer in your friend group. There is someone that is, in your inner circle, maybe even some people in your church that you feel like you are in community with, and you guys keep giving them grace because, again, you want to do the Christian thing and you want to be nice and friendly, but you may not be for everybody. And that is okay as well. You have a friend who may be going through a tough time and you're the whipping boy for that person. And that's not okay. So it totally sucks for them that they are having a tough time and all the things, but you do not deserve that misery. So we are in a season of curating this well-rounded life. That is why you are here. That is why you are tuned in. And you want and crave that positivity and you crave progress. And so if we want to progress, if we want to move forward, we have to figure out what is the dead weight, what is not serving us, and who needs to just not be rolling with us in this next season of progress, elevation, and all the things. We are never going to progress if we are surrounded by the negativity and these piss poor excuses. I'm sorry, it's true, because we don't have time for it on our way up, okay? Especially coming from people who don't want to see you win in the first place. There are going to be people who do not want to see your family healthy and happy. They don't want to see you in love. They don't want to see you, living your best life. And so they're negative, they're nasty, they're rude. They don't show up for you, and you keep giving them these grace coupons. And so I want you to start to take inventory. I want you to take inventory of those people that drain you, the people that you keep making excuses for when you're mentioning them to other friends. And those other friends are like, girl, seriously, like, what is that such and such as issue? And you're like, oh no, they're just, no, we don't have time for that. So take inventory and make that shift, friend. Okay. Close up that coupon book, set it aside, set some boundaries, and set some expectations on how you deserve and should be treated. Okay. Everything has an expiration date. These coupons are expiring. The question is, how many coupons are too many coupons? How many grace coupons do you have left in you before you just got to let some people or some things go? Stop handing out grace coupons. Say it with me. Stop handing out grace coupons, because they will never get it, and they do not deserve to have you in their space extending grace time after time after time. Okay? it's all up to you. It is up to you on what you allow in your life. It is up to you on how people will treat you. So set those healthy boundaries so that you can focus on the things and the people that matter most. I told you before we started this conversation that you were not going to be happy hearing this episode. Listen, and I know there are people who have siblings that are like that and family members that are like that. And the family members, they're not going anywhere, but you can choose how often you interact with them. You can choose what topics you talk to them about. You can choose what they see about your life and, set those boundaries. It is okay. You are deserving of that. All right. I'm confident that someone was sent today to hear this message. And if that was you, slide into my DMs. I promise I will not share all your information. But let me know if you feel like this episode was something that you needed to hear. Let me know if you need additional encouragement. Let me know, how you are feeling. And when you do set those boundaries, share with me. Let me know your thoughts. I would love, love, love to connect with you. All right. You deserve to be treated like the kings and queens that you are. So do not let anybody make you feel guilty when you have set those healthy boundaries. When we do better and we expect better for our lives, we will continue to thrive. So share this episode with your family, your friends. Of course, like I said, you can tag me once you listen to this episode. Slide into the DMs on Instagram. I'm at I Am Living Well Rounded. And just let me know what you thought of today's episode. If you are a first-time listener or reviewer, please go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen, and give us that 5-star rating and review. It would mean so much to us. And check out any of the show notes to, see what we have been up to, our blog and all the things, social media, and we can stay connected. But you know how we always end this show, friend. Stay safe, stay positive, and focus on what matters most. And close that coupon book, goddammit. Love you. Bye, Well-Rounder. Hey, friend. Thank you for spending time with me today. Don't forget to subscribe to the show to catch new episodes as soon as they drop. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a 5-star rating and a review. It really helps us reach more well-rounders just like you. For show notes and access to our free resources, visit livingwellroundedpodcast.com. And let's keep the conversation going over on Instagram. You can find us at I Am Living Well Rounded.